Hello, I am here today interviewing Miss Savannah Garcia. I am the director for the State Department of Historic Preservation, and so today we'll be learning more about Miss Savannah's proposal for the Harrison Home Project. So, on that note, Savannah, I'd like to ask you a little bit about what your project is exactly.
So the Harrison home needs some renovations done. We are trying to make it is a historical place. So we want to renovate it to keep it in the condition that it's in and make it a little bit better. So to do that, that's going to cost some funding. So our proposal is to see if we can get a little bit of that funding from you to be able to help develop this project further.
Okay, sounds viable. Now, Savannah, could you tell me what your inspiration was for this project?
Well, the building itself is a little run down, and it's getting to the point that we're deeming it unsafe.
Okay.
So, our inspiration is to provide a safe place for people to do like field trips, like schools. We want to make sure that it is a healthy, safe environment for anyone to come in to visit and to learn more about Virginia and this home.
Okay. Would you say that you have been to this location a lot of times? I mean, has this been a place that you've taken personal field trips on?
Oh, of course. We've been there many times. That's how we're seeing what needs to be finished and developed further on this project. So it like I said, it's pretty run down. When you go inside, the floors are creaking, the floorboards are getting loose. It's stuff that can cause like tripping and hazards. And it's not structurally sound.
Okay.
So I've been there plenty of times. I've done the examinations. We know that this needs to happen. This is a very important topic in our community.
Okay, so it seems like you have a well-versed background in this location. What other background do you have maybe in the architectural aspects of this project? If you yourself don't have that, are you working with somebody to create a layout for that?
Yes, we had already an inspector come in to see which stuff is structurally sound and what's not. So we already have a detailed plan of what exactly needs to be fixed, how much it's going to cost, and then what, like a time limit. So how long it'll take for each project.
Okay, and that really goes on to my next question with how have you been organizing this project so far? So with that being said, how many people would you say that you've involved or are planning to involve in this project? What type of individuals are you seeking out to join you in this task?
Yeah, we have a lot of volunteers. It's a nonprofit. Like we're not trying to just make a bunch of money off of people right now. We are trying to focus on the community and making this a place for people to come to. Sure, there'll be fees for like entrance, etc.
Of course.
But right now we are focusing on having volunteers to come help with working on the stuff, unless it's not safe. Obviously, we want it to be a safe environment for work.
Of course.
So most of the stuff, volunteers can help with painting. They can help with stuff like that. The other aspect would be the structural stuff. So we have to have a few walls come down to rebuild. With that, we are hiring a team of people. So we have the architect. We have people that are specifically doing like plumbing stuff. We have a crew set up to take different projects of their own. So for an exact number, I can't give you. We just have a good group of people, and then the volunteers are going to come and go as they please. So,
and something I might ask about these volunteers: will they be paid volunteers? Would you, depending on the tasks that certain volunteers will be doing, the importance of the task, and how much time it will take from their personal lives, do you plan on reimbursing these volunteers in any way?
No, these are just people in the community that want to be involved in this project, that really care about the historical aspect of this building. It's only people that really want to be there and are providing that help because they can.
And what about the architects or any of the other builders that will be working?
That's where the funding is mostly going. It's going to pay them and obviously the supplies that they'll need to produce the project, but the volunteers are just average people in the community that want to help. The other aspect would be the people that do the physical building. Yes, we are paying them.
Okay, and it sounds like that was going to be a part of the total budget that you are planning on asking from us. Are you planning on asking, how much do you foresee this budget costing, and how much do you think that we will need to provide you for this project?
So as of right now, with the estimate that we have from our team that's examine the structure, they think it'll be about $100,000 right now. It can wiggle. We might find something that we're not expecting, so we're not going to ask that much, obviously, from you. What we would ask for you is about 50% of the budget as of right now, which is the 100, so about 50,000.
Okay.
That's what we're asking from you. The reason we're asking for that much is because it's a lot of work that needs to be done.
Yes.
It's not something that's going to be done in a year. It's going to be a long-term project, which is going to cost a while to get everything done, and that's why we're asking for such a hefty amount.
Okay, now that makes sense. With that being said, it sounds that you said it was going to be a hefty project. It's going to be a big project. It's going to take a while. Have you spoken to the surrounding area, the neighbors, maybe the other business owners? How do they feel about this project occurring? I mean, right outside their back door. I mean, will that hinder some of the business from occurring in the area?
We already got signatures saying that they're okay with what is going to be going on. So they are okay with it. Obviously, it might have some impact on how many customers and stuff they're getting. There's going to be a lot of construction, which is going to have noise. It's going to have areas blocked off, which might prevent people from coming to their specific business, but they have already signed it and they are okay with the project being completed because they see the importance of it for the community.
Wonderful. I'm really glad to hear that you had a petition like that going around, since we do want to make sure that everybody is on board for this, not just the people who have a strong interest in historical preservation. Now, we don't have as many funds as we'd like at the moment, so can you explain the importance of your project over some of the others that we may be receiving right now?
Yeah, so this is a place that a lot of people like to bring students for field trips. It is a very big historical marker, and it's close to the area where they don't have to spend a whole bunch of money trying to get a huge bus to travel with. This is something nearby and in the community. That's why it's so important to us to make sure that we get this done, so that way people are still able to come in and be safe, their children.
Of course.
We don't want parents having to worry about their children coming into an unsafe environment. So while yes, other landmarks are important too, this one is affecting not only the community for just the average person that wants to go whatever on a vacation, like a little mini vacation to come see it, but it's also for education. It's not just any area, it's specifically for education. We have people that do volunteer touring, so that way they can learn more about it. Everyone's affected by this. If we don't get this done, a lot of people are going to be out of something that they like to do for part-time work. They like to come in and help do like tours and everything, like I said. They're not going to have anything to do on the weekend anymore. The children aren't going to have as much of a fun field trip. The schooling will have to pay for a larger bus to go somewhere else farther away. So overall, this is just a big part of the education system and what we want to do with it.
It sounds like it, and I'm really glad that you brought up part-time jobs and things like that. Are you planning on adding maybe things like a gift shop or some other ongoing volunteer opportunities after this project is done to kind of sustain the service that you've brought to it while the project is happening? I mean, you'll also be having to pay back loans and things like that, and then keep engaging the community. So have you had those things in mind as well?
We've planned it. It's not part of our budget. What we're asking of you is not going to be partaking in that aspect. What we want from you is just to preserve the building. We want the renovations to make the building structurally sound. So that's all we require from you. We do have plans later on to help bring in more people to the area, have gift shops, have paid tours that they can do all year round, every day. We want to eventually accomplish that, but right now we're focused on just making the building structurally sound.
Okay, well, it was wonderful learning more about this. I'm glad that we've had this conversation, and I will get back to you once I meet with the rest of the team and we discuss the future of this proposal. So thank you for sitting down with me. It was lovely having you, and I look forward to seeing you again soon.
Thank you.